Did you know that your kidneys can lose 50 to 70% of their function before any clear symptoms even appear? This is exactly why many doctors refer to kidney disease as the silent killer. Unlike a heart attack that often strikes suddenly, or a stroke with its recognizable warning signs, for years, you might still eat and drink normally. You might still move around without a problem. You might go about your daily life just like any other day. That is, until a routine checkup reveals that your kidney function has significantly declined. As we age, the blood flow to our kidneys naturally decreases, and the number of filtering units within them also drops. If you have underlying conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease, the risk of kidney damage becomes even higher. The good news is that if caught early, in today's video, we will explore 7 early warning signs that your kidneys may be weakening after age 70, and what you should do to protect these vital organs. Sign number 1. Waking up frequently to urinate at night. Many older adults think that waking up 2 or 3 times a night to use the bathroom is just a normal part of getting older. It is true that age can change your urinary habits. However, if the number of times you go at night has increased noticeably compared to before, especially if you aren't drinking a lot of water in the evening, this could be a sign that needs attention. The kidneys are responsible. Of course, nighttime urination isn't always caused by kidney disease. In men, an enlarged prostate is a very common cause. For both men and women, diabetes, the use of diuretics, or drinking too much water before bed can also cause this. If you used to wake up only once, but now find yourself getting up 3 or 4 times every night for several weeks in a row, talk to your doctor. Prolonged nighttime urination also affects the quality of your sleep. Not getting enough rest makes you feel more tired during the day. Your ability to focus. The risk of falling when waking up in the middle of the night also increases, especially if the lighting is dim or the floor is slippery. Don't just view this as an annoyance. Sometimes it is the first signal your body is sending. Sign number 2. Swelling in the legs, ankles, or feet. Have you ever noticed that your favorite shoes suddenly feel tighter by the end of the day? Or, after taking off your socks, you see deep indentations around your ankles? This could be a sign that one of the kidney's most important jobs is to remove excess water and sodium. When this function declines, fluid can build up in the tissues, especially in the feet, ankles, and lower legs due to gravity. Initially, the swelling usually appears toward the end of the day. After resting or propping your feet up, the swelling might go down. But as the condition progresses, the swelling may last all day long. Some people also notice slight puffiness around their eyes in the morning. This happens because fluid accumulates in the soft tissues around the eyes after a night of lying flat. However, not every case of swelling is due to kidney disease. Heart failure, liver disease, venous insufficiency, or certain medications can also cause edema. That is why you shouldn't diagnose yourself. If the swelling persists, gets worse, or is accompanied by shortness of breath, fatigue, or rapid weight gain over a few days, you should see a doctor soon. Identifying the correct cause is the first step toward effective treatment. Sign number 3. Feeling constantly tired even with enough rest. You sleep for 8 hours. You aren't overworking yourself. But when you wake up, you still feel low on energy. Walking just a few steps feels exhausting. Doing a bit of housework makes you want to sit down and rest. Many people assume this is just a sign of old age. However, persistent fatigue can also be linked to kidney function. The kidneys do more than just filter blood. This organ also produces a hormone called erythropoietin, which stimulates the bone marrow to create red blood cells. When the kidneys weaken, the production of this hormone can drop. As a result, the body produces fewer red blood cells. When your blood isn't carrying enough oxygen to your tissues, you will feel tired, have less stamina, and get winded more easily during physical activity. Additionally, if the kidneys aren't filtering out waste effectively, these toxins can build up in the blood, contributing to feelings of lethargy, poor appetite, and brain fog. It is worth noting that many people try to fix this by drinking more coffee or energy drinks, but if the real cause is a medical condition, these quick fixes won't solve the problem. If your fatigue lasts for several weeks, especially if it's accompanied by leg swelling, sign number 4, foamy urine or persistent changes in color. Every day, your urine might change slightly depending on how much water you drink, the foods you eat, or certain medications you are taking. However, if you notice unusual change, one common sign is urine that looks very foamy. If there are just a few small bubbles that disappear quickly, it's usually nothing to worry about. But if your urine consistently has many fine, thick bubbles that linger, especially across multiple trips to the bathroom, a possible cause is protein leaking through the kidneys filters. Normally, the kidneys keep the proteins your body needs and only allow waste and extra water to pass into the urine. When the filtering units are damaged, protein can escape. Proteinuria doesn't cause pain. You can't feel it happening in your body. In many cases, it is only detected through a routine urinalysis. Beyond foam, the color of your urine is also very important. Urine that is very dark, even though you've had enough water. Urine that looks red, brown, or like the color of tea. Or urine that stays cloudy for a long time. These are all signs that need a medical evaluation. Of course, not every color change is due to kidney disease. Certain foods like beets, some medications, or dehydration can also change the color of your urine. However, if this happens repeatedly or is accompanied by back pain, fever, swelling, or burning during sign number 5, persistent, dry, and itchy skin with no obvious cause. Many seniors experience dry skin. This is quite common due to the natural aging process. However, if you have persistent itching over many parts of your body, especially when you have already used plenty of moisturizer, but the condition doesn't improve, the cause might not just be on the surface. When the kidneys are working properly, they remove waste products and excess minerals from your body. If the filtering function declines, these substances can build up in the bloodstream. This imbalance often contributes to a lingering itchy sensation. At first, the itching might show up in the evening. Then it spreads to your back, arms, legs, or your entire body. Some people scratch so much that they tear their skin. What's notable is that the skin might not have any obvious red rashes or breakouts. Because of this, many people just buy topical creams or lotions without looking for the actual cause. In addition to itching, the skin can become much drier than usual. Some notice their skin loses elasticity, flakes, or cracks easily. Of course, itchy skin has many other causes like allergies, liver disease, thyroid issues, or dermatological. But if this persists, especially alongside fatigue, leg swelling, or changes in urination, you should consider having your kidney function checked. Treating the underlying cause is much more effective than just trying to soothe the itch with lotions. Sign number 6, loss of appetite, nausea, or metallic taste in your mouth. Another sign that is often overlooked is a change in how food tastes and how you feel after eating. You are still eating your familiar favorite meals. Some people feel full after just a few bites. Others have a constant feeling of mild nausea. Some people even describe a persistent bitter or metallic taste in their mouth that is very unpleasant. This can happen when the waste products that the kidneys should be removing start to build up in the blood. These toxins can affect your sense of taste and your appetite. If this continues, the person will eat less. Eating less leads to weight loss. Many people assume they are just eating less because they are getting older. But in reality, a long-term change in appetite always requires an investigation into the cause. Especially if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or have been told your kidney function is declining, do not ignore this symptom. Some people also develop unusual breath odors due to the accumulation of metabolites in the body. While this symptom usually appears in more advanced stages of the disease, it serves as a reminder that kidney health needs to be checked. If you are constantly losing your appetite, feeling nauseous, sign number 7, blood pressure that is becoming harder to control despite taking medication. Many people believe that high blood pressure only affects the heart and blood vessels. But in fact, the kidneys and blood pressure are very closely linked. The kidneys help regulate the amount of water, salt, and various hormones involved in controlling blood pressure. When the kidneys are damaged, this regulatory ability weakens. As a result, your blood pressure may rise higher or become very difficult to manage, even if you are taking your medication exactly as prescribed. Conversely, long-term high blood pressure can also damage the small blood vessels inside the kidneys. Over time, more and more filtering units in the kidneys are damaged. This creates a vicious cycle. Weakened kidneys make blood pressure go up. Higher blood pressure then continues to damage the kidneys further. If your blood pressure was always stable before, but has recently become high or fluctuates wildly, don't just think about changing your medication. Talk to your doctor about a full evaluation, including your kidney function. In particular, if you have diabetes, heart disease, or a family history of kidney issues, regular checkups are even more critical. Early detection of changes in kidney function, silent habits that harm the kidneys after age 70. Regrettably, many daily habits that seem harmless can actually make the kidneys work much harder. The first mistake is the self-prescribed use of painkillers over a long period. Certain over-the-counter painkillers, especially when used frequently or without a doctor's guidance, can reduce blood flow to the kidneys and increase the risk of damage. If you have to take painkillers long-term for joint pain or other chronic conditions, talk to your doctor about choosing a safer. The second mistake is not properly managing high blood pressure and diabetes. These are the two leading causes of chronic kidney disease worldwide. Even if you feel healthy, long-term high blood sugar or high blood pressure can silently damage the tiny blood vessels. The third mistake is drinking too little water. Many older adults are hesitant to drink water because they are afraid of having to use the bathroom too often. However, chronic dehydration can make the kidneys work less efficiently. The amount of water needed varies for everyone, especially if you have heart or kidney conditions. Therefore, follow your doctor's advice rather than trying to drink too much or too little. The fourth mistake is eating too much salt. Salt is hidden in many processed foods like pickles, canned goods, sausages, instant noodles, sauces, and overly salty dishes. Eating too much salt can raise blood pressure and force the kidneys to work harder. Reducing salt in your meals is a small change that can bring long-term benefits to both your heart and kidney health. The final mistake is skipping routine health screenings. Early-stage kidney disease usually doesn't cause any pain. You might feel completely fine. Because of this, many people only discover the disease when kidney function has already dropped significantly. A simple blood test to check creatinine and eGFR, along with a urine test, can help. How to protect your kidneys after age 70. The good news is that while aging is a natural process, you can still play a part in protecting your kidney function through simple daily habits. The first thing is to maintain good control over your blood pressure and blood sugar if you have these conditions. Take your medication as prescribed. Do not stop taking it just because your blood pressure or blood sugar levels seem stable. Second, maintain a balanced diet. Eat plenty of vegetables, fruits that fit your health status, whole grains, and high-quality protein sources. If you have already been diagnosed with kidney disease, ask your doctor or a dietitian about the right levels of protein, potassium, phosphorus, and sodium for your specific stage. Third, stay active regularly. Walking, gentle cycling, Tai Chi, or other suitable exercises help improve blood circulation and support heart health, which indirectly benefits the kidneys. Fourth, do not smoke and limit alcohol consumption. Smoking damages blood vessels, reduces blood flow to the kidneys, and increases the risk of kidney disease progression. Finally, get regular checkups. Don't wait until you have back pain or severe swelling to get checked. Many cases of kidney disease are caught in the early stages entirely thanks to routine tests, even when the patient has no obvious symptoms. Summary: the kidneys are among the hardest working organs in the body. Every day, they constantly filter blood. After age 70, the risk of declining kidney function increases, but that doesn't mean we cannot be proactive in protecting these vital organs. If you notice signs such as urinating many times at night, swelling in the feet or ankles, persistent fatigue, foamy urine or changes in color, persistent dry, itchy skin, loss of appetite, nausea, or a metallic taste in the mouth, blood pressure that is becoming harder to control. Don't dismiss these as just normal signs of aging. Be proactive in talking to your doctor and getting the necessary tests done. Early detection is always the key to protecting kidney function and reducing the risk of progression. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. If you found today's content helpful, please share this video with your family and friends, especially those over 60 or 70, so that more people can recognize the early warning signs of kidney disease. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to continue joining us in our upcoming videos. Please note, the content in this video is for informational and educational purposes only, and is not a substitute for professional medical diagnosis, advice, or treatment. If you have any